What's up, everybody? Once again, it is time for Funko News. This edition of Funko News was recorded on September 6, 2019. The It Chapter 2 box that is exclusive to Hot Topic is available now in store and online as well. I haven't picked it up myself yet, but I do plan on ordering that very soon. The box lunch exclusive Mansion Groundskeeper, of course based off of Haunted Mansion, is available in store and on their website as well. Getting back to Hot Topic, they do have that deluxe Elvira, which you can pick up as well. And again, it is available online also there. And then getting into some common figures here that are available now. Jason Blum of Blumhouse Productions is available. If you're a big horror fan, you should be familiar with his name. The latest Crash Bandicoot pops are available. You see the three characters pictured there. I really do like the look of that Crash Bandicoot spinning around. That is a pretty cool one. The 2019 Addams Family pops are available. Of course, these are based off of their original designs and then also the upcoming movie as well, the animated movie. And then to the right here, you see the latest James Bond pops. The focus on the Funko shop recently has been blood splatter because Funko did do a blood splatter variant of the Monkey Assassin, and I like that they changed his suit to a white color, to show off the blood splatter even better there. And they also did a blood splatter variant of the Funhouse Pennywise. Of course, the blood splatter is around his mouth. He does have drool going on, but the original Funhouse Pennywise does have that as well. I do have that figure. It just doesn't show up well sometimes in pictures. But yeah, both of these at the time of this recording are still available. I actually ordered them both myself, and I'm looking forward to adding them into my collection. For Five Nights at Freddy's fans, there are these glow-in-the-dark action figures that are coming soon. The Paka machines that are on the way to some GameStop locations will, of course, have Soda Cats figures. I talked about these previously, but now we get a better look at them, and you see that one of them is a glow-in-the-dark figure. There is a Perfect Cell Pop and Tea box on the way to GameStop, and it does appear that that Perfect Cell has a metallic paint job. Now, as far as the Bewitched Pops are concerned that were revealed earlier this year at one of the toy fairs, it does seem like they are canceled at this point. Who knows though, things could change. Maybe there's some issue right now with the license and maybe it could get worked out. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. But for right now, again, it does seem like the Bewitched Pops are canceled. There are Coraline Pop heads on the way, and of course you see that one of them is a Chase, and that is available for pre-order right now with various companies. Focusing here on Batman, and of course on a Batman associated character here, PX Previews exclusive Batwoman. That pop looks phenomenal. I really like the look of it. Now, somebody did point out on my community post that maybe they should have given her the slanted eyes, and I can see that. I think that would fit the character very well. But regardless, it's a very cool pop design. I love the way her mask looks and the way that her hair sculpt is. The flow of the cape and everything. Very cool looking figure. I actually, went ahead and pre-ordered this myself. I pre-ordered two of them because I definitely want to display one out of box and one in box. That is up for a winter release, and again, it is up for pre-order with various companies. I may put a link in the description for at least one of those. And then there is a Target exclusive red suit Batman on the way. I've mentioned this figure previously. That seems like it is up for a September 21st release. When I learn more about it, of course, I'll try to confirm that for you all, and if I get a chance, I may do a community post. I will say this though, in regards to the community post, don't always wait on those. Make sure you do your part to go after the figures you're interested in, because I do have a day job. I have a lot of other things going on, so don't always bank on those. Make sure you do your part to go after what you're interested in. So remember that date. You might want to mark your calendar, September 21st for the red suit Batman at Target. Right now, I don't know if that's going to be a red card exclusive. We'll just have to wait and see in regards to that. And then, yes, you see there is this 19-inch Batman that is available for pre-order with various retailers because it is a common figure. It does have that price tag of $100, which I know some people already are, they're kind of backing away from it because of that. But, we'll see what happens with this. If more people change their minds once it does become available, or maybe if there is a price reduction at some point, we'll just have to wait and see what goes on with that. Here are a couple of things to look forward to with Hot Topic. With Haunted Mansion, they do have the exclusive Merry Minstrel and also some exclusive minis that should be available as of September 19th. Some other figures that will release throughout the month, no specific date to them right now, are the Diamond Collection Coraline and Raincoat, Brendan Urie of Panic at the Disco, and then the Tiki Stitch Pocket Pop is actually scented. I did want to make sure I pointed that out. Again, no specific release date for those figures, but it will be within this month. And then with their latest Periscope video, Hot Topic did reveal that the next Disney collector box will focus on Nightmare Before Christmas. You can see the items pictured there. I do want to point out, of course, that the pop figure is of Santa Claus, so that will actually release in October. And yes, now we're going to focus on New York Comic-Con. A lot of people have been, asking me if I was going to do a video about it. And I mean, yes, I do Funko news. So of course, I'm going to address New York Comic-Con, and I will try to keep you all up to date with information. But like I've been saying, do your own research as well to try to keep up with things. But yeah, the actual convention is from October 3rd through the 6th. So more than likely, that is when the figures will become available on the first day of the convention. I would say for right now, consider October 3rd the date, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what Funko says about it. I know with San Diego Comic-Con, a lot of people took a day off from their job to do some shopping, and then the date got changed last minute. So I would say hold out as long as you can until Funko says officially when the figures are going to hit stores. Most shared retailer locations right now, they are not known. When I know that information, as I learn about it, of course, I will share in videos, so please be patient in terms of that. And like I said, most of those locations are not known right now. Even the ones that I will share in this video, they could change. That does happen sometimes, so bear that in mind as well. And I'll say this, just in general, if I don't share the information in a video, then I probably don't know it. I will share it as I learn the information. But let's go ahead and get into the actual figures for New York Comic-Con. So a couple of random ones here. We see Officer Freddy. Of course, there's always going to be a Freddy Funko, and there actually is another Freddy Funko figure that I will get to later on, but you see him there holding the Funko coffee cup there. And then a mascot that they're using for New York Comic-Con is a pigeon here, and there's actually 3 different variants of him. We have him here in a red shirt, a black shirt, and then rocking a jersey as well. From HR Puffin Stuff, there's going to be Clang, Kling, and Witchy Poo. These are all going to be Toy Tokyo exclusives. Again, those are going to be Toy Tokyo exclusives. From Wacky Races, we have Clyde and Professor Pat Pending. I did watch Wacky Races a little bit, like reruns of it when I was young. I really don't remember it well, so I definitely do not remember these characters, but they do look very true to that animation style. I know the animation style of that series. As far as Pez is concerned, you see here that they have another variant of Pez Girl, this one with the blonde hair, and then they have Mimic the Monkey as well. Moving right along here, focusing on video game related pops. From Borderlands, we have Bud Stallion. I don't follow that game series, so I'm definitely not familiar with Bud Stallion, but very interesting there. We have here a variant of Dark Voyager from Fortnite, a glow-in-the-dark variant, which, as far as glow-in-the-dark figures go, that is one that does make sense for Fortnite. And then from Overwatch, we had the Biohazard Wrecking Ball. Of course, he is a 6-inch figure. Pretty cool looking design there. But yeah, that's it as far as, video games are concerned. Next up here, we have Babe Ruth swinging away, no doubt hitting a home run. I really like the look of that pop. I think if you're a baseball fan, that's just an instant buy pretty much. And then we have a very different baseball player. We have a baseball Fury from the movie The Warriors, which is just a classic movie. If you've never seen The Warriors, I definitely think it's worth checking out. And that figure is actually going to be with Toy Tokyo. Next up, we have a Ron English Freddy Funko. If you've never seen the work of Ron English, then I'm sure that Freddy Funko looks very odd to you. But I have seen some Ron English figures, so I'm not surprised by that look. It is pretty twisted, with the skeleton basically starting to come out of the mouth. That one's actually going to be convention only, limited to just 1,000 pieces. And then once again, with some Rick and Morty figures, we're not seeing the actual figures just yet. We're seeing silhouettes. Again, I think that's partly due to the upcoming season, trying to hold off things as long as possible. But yeah, these figures are on the way, and I don't know exactly what they are. Of course, once I learn more about them, I definitely will share that with you all. Then we have a couple of real life celebrities here. We have Debbie Harry of Blondie fame. Now, there had been a list going around, a rumored list for NYCC exclusive. Blondie was listed on there, and like a lot of other people, I thought that was a reference maybe to the Blondie comic strip, but no, I think that was a reference here to Debbie Harry, and she is going to be shared with FYE. There's going to be another Edgar Allan Poe, because of course there is a common one on the way as well, but this one is going to be a BAM Books A Million exclusive. Jean-Michel is getting a pop. I think that's pretty awesome. He's just such a cool artist. I actually watched a biography, or really I should say a documentary about Jean-Michel. Very interesting artist. Tragic the way his life turned out and everything, but regardless, it's very cool that they are making a pop of him and that it is very accurate to him. Very cool to see. And then yet another artist being represented whose art style, you may not even realize that you're familiar with it, but you probably are. The art of Keith Haring. He is going to be shared with Barnes & Noble. Next up here, focusing on TV, that Dwight pop, as soon as I saw it, it brought a big smile to my face. It's one of Dwight's best moments on the whole series of The Office. So yeah, Dwight with the Dwight bobblehead, that is pretty awesome to see. I have not been collecting the Office pops, even though I'm a big fan of The Office. I think the pops to me just, I don't know, they seem a little plain Jane for the most part, but this is a must for me because like I said, that is one that really does make me smile. And then we have Susie from Stranger Things. We know that one had to happen, and it does make sense to do that as a convention exclusive. We also have here Britta from Community, a series that I did watch a little bit here and there. Pretty funny series overall. We have Masandi from Game of Thrones. Forgive me if I mispronounced her name, but she's going to be shared with Barnes & Noble. No surprise there, excuse me. No surprise, because Barnes & Noble does tend to get a lot of the Game of Thrones exclusives, especially with conventions. We have here a figure based off of Doctor Who. I'm really not sure how to say this character's name. Looks like Zim Shaw. Forgive me if I mispronounced it as well, but I know this is a villain from Doctor Who. Interesting design. He doesn't look as gruesome as the real character. I did look up some images of the real character, but pretty tough to get something that gruesome with a pop figure. So I think they did as well as they could with that design. And then there's another Green Hornet 2-pack. Green Hornet and Kato again. This is kind of surprising because of course they did one for SDCC, but I guess this one, this time the figures maybe won't be common figures as well, so maybe this is a true exclusive this time around. The characters are in slightly different poses, and Kato has a weapon this time instead of Green Hornet, so there are differences to it, and this one will be easier to get. It's going to be with Barnes & Noble, and who knows, maybe that's why Funko is doing this, to put one out there that is easier for people to get their hands on. Next, we're focusing on movies here. From Harry Potter, we have Madame Maxine and Filch with Mrs. Norris. Filch with Mrs. Norris is going to be with Barnes & Noble. And I will remind you all, even though I'm saying where some of these figures may be, some of this is subject to change. We'll have to see what happens with that. Next up, Blunt Man and Chronic, that 2-pack looks like it's going to be with FYE as rumored previously. We have a Killer Clown from Outer Space. I'm so happy about that. I think this might be at the top of my list, as far as figures from NYCC. And this is actually the character Slim, based on Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And if you're a horror fan, I think that's a movie that you must check out at some point. We have Marty McFly here in the hazmat suit from Back to the Future. We have, and I'm not even sure how to pronounce this name, I'll just say that we have a Dune exclusive because I really don't even know how to approach the name of that character. But yeah, we do have a Dune exclusive on the way, and we also have a 2001 A Space Odyssey exclusive on the way. I definitely did not see that coming, but I think it is cool. And we have the character there, Dr. Frank Poole. Next up here, and technically this is along with movies, but I just decided to put it here. We have some Scott Pilgrim 5-star figures on the way. And then you see here we have Huntress. It's very good to see a new DC character getting some love. I think they did nail her design. I was hoping to see more with DC because of course the other figure here is the Purple Chrome Batman, which is convention only, limited to 1,500 pieces. So that's going to be very tough for individuals to get. So with one of the DC figures being so tough to get, I was kind of hoping to see more, with DC. But again, it is nice that they are showing some love to a new character as far as Funko Pops are concerned. I definitely see adding her to my collection. Next up here with Marvel, I think that Marvel, they absolutely killed it here. Really amazing figures. So we have Iron Man with the gauntlet, which a lot of people have been wanting. That is going to be shared with Amazon. Hopefully that won't change, because that would make him pretty easy to secure. Then next here we have Stan Lee in the spacesuit, another awesome idea. That one appears that it's going to be shared with Walmart. Then Captain Marvel, or Marvel, is going to be with Walgreens, and Miss Marvel, this is the original Miss Marvel, looks like she's going to be on the Funko shop. We have here the original Nick Fury is going to be with GameStop, and then also with GameStop it appears there's going to be the Dark Phoenix pop and T. I really like the color scheme of that Dark Phoenix pop. Not so interested in the t-shirt, so maybe I'll have to wait and see if I can get the pop on its own later on. And yes, I did intentionally save these figures here to cover last, because these are some figures I know people have been really wanting, and I think Funko absolutely nailed it with the designs. So from My Hero Academia, we have Stain and Dobby. I'm not even familiar with the characters very much, because I only watched the first season of My Hero Academia, but just the designs, like from a design standpoint, these characters really just jump out at you, and I see these being very, successful and flying off the shelves. I think these will be going very quickly, with this convention. And then we also see here, yes, the rumor panned out to be true, Samurai Jack, and I think it's cool that Samurai Jack is actually going to be in a 2-pack along with Aku. They look amazing, together. So again, that's also a good sign that maybe we could see some more coming from, Cartoon Network. Along with these, also, of course, with Avatar, we see the Cabbage Man and Cart, which is being treated as a 2-pack. That's pretty interesting. And Daria here, of course, from Daria, I think she looks pretty true to the character. The hair sculpt is not 100% true to the character, but she's still instantly recognizable, so I appreciate that. I think they did a pretty good job here. So yeah, in terms of anime and animation, I think Funko really nailed it this time. I know some anime fans still want to see some other characters, and I'm just going to say be patient, because obviously Funko is listening and they are working hard to try to do, the things that collectors want to see, basically. But yeah, what they've done this far I think is impressive. I don't know if the reveals are over with or not. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, before I wrap things up here are some other upcoming releases that should happen, in the near future here. PlayerUnknown's Battleground is still rumored to have at least 2 pop figures on the way. And then with Empire Strikes Back, of course, there's going to be an anniversary coming up here in a while, but some of the figures that could come along for focusing on Empire Strikes Back include Han and Leia, Deluxe Darth Vader in Meditation Chamber. I'm really interested to see how Funko pulls that one off. Then Deluxe Luke on Tauntaun, Bespin Leia, Training Luke with Yoda. That's another one I've been really wanting to see. Training Luke with Yoda. Looking forward to seeing how that turns out. And then it looks like there's also a Gold Leia and Darth Vader on the way. Have no idea exactly where these are going to become available. Of course, I'll let you know as I learn about that. And then they're not, I don't have any pictures here related to them, but as far as Barnes & Noble is concerned, it looks like they will be getting exclusives Troll mystery minis, and of course this is Troll as in the Troll dolls, which are pop figures now as well. And then Stephen King with Axe and Book. And that should be pretty interesting to see. I hope he's actually holding a copy of The Shining. That would make sense, him with the axe. That's what I take that to be. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, y'all, that's going to do it for this edition of Funko News. Of course, as I learn more about New York Comic Con, I will try to keep you all updated. As far as, during the actual convention and community posts, I really have not decided yet if I'm going to try to do that like I did with San Diego Comic Con. I will not lie, San Diego Comic Con really wore me out. I did not get much sleep, trying to keep up with everything and keep people informed. So we'll see what happens with New York Comic Con, and I will try to get a feel for basically how the comments are going on my community posts, and that might, sway my opinion on that. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. But regardless, like I've been saying, you all do your part, to keep going after the figures that you are interested in, and let me know what you've picked up this week, and also what is your list thus far for New York Comic Con. I'm saying thus far because there could be some more reveals, but definitely let me know what you plan to pick up in regards to New York Comic Con. I hope you all got something out of the video. As always, if you appreciate it, please make sure that you drop a like on it and share it with other collectors as well. And again, that's going to do it for this edition of Funko News. I will talk to you all again real soon.